On the Edge. Welcome to On the Edge, a podcast about table tennis and, that little white ball that goes so fast. Sure, it is small, but it's taken me to the four corners of the world and introduced me to emotions, consciousness and spirituality. I'm Marie Migaud, a professional table tennis player, and I want to put the spotlight on the personalities involved in the sport and share the stories. Whether they are players, trainers, coaches, therapists or even more, I'm letting their voices guide us through their careers, their difficulties and their differences. Yes, I deeply believe that each of us has something unique to give. So get ready to open your ears wide and bon voyage!
Even though if I go my own road and I don't get the result, it's still fine.
In this first episode, I welcome Britt Eerland. Britt is a table tennis player, but also a mom and a free spirit. I followed her from far, especially when she reached her best world ranking in 2020, which was 27. She's someone unique, not scared to be herself and to have an opinion. She's got a lot of medals at the European level and played twice at the Olympic Games. Thank you, Britt, to be here with me.
No problem, Marie. Thank you to be here with me as well.
It's actually good evening.
Yes, good evening.
So I will let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
First, you can on the way you want.
The way I want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, who are you?
Now, I am Britt Eerland, 29 years old, living in Schiedam, a table tennis athlete, a mom athlete now at the moment, and enjoying life, happy where I am, and looking forward to where I want to go.
And where do you want to go?
This is always the big question. If it's like on table tennis achievements or... Okay, the first achievement where I wanted to go is where I already am. I want to become fit again after my pregnancy and enjoy table tennis as well, doing it, and I'm doing that again. So I am already happy. And if I get the chance, I want to try to qualify for the Olympics in Paris. And after that, you have the European Championships. So to be the best Brit at that possible time, I would like that as well. And afterwards, also, keep improving myself as a person and as an athlete, of course.
Great. So actually, today I had questions. I wrote it on the paper.
Yeah.
But I think I will go with the flow.
Okay.
And with my intuition.
Yeah, you can do this. I use my intuition in table tennis. You can use it here.
Yes. So can you explain a bit how you are working with your intuition? Because you are a very intuitive player.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah, and I'm curious about that because I think many players could use it as well.
Yes, if I can explain it well.
Yeah, so that's your job.
Yes, the first thing I know is that thinking doesn't work for me. And this is more during a match. If I start to think, I forget to play and my body doesn't move and it's not working for me. And it's the same if a coach tell me to play some certain tactic, I can only do that. So I cannot adjust in the moment anymore. So then of course you try to find different ways what can work. Yeah. And I always say, everybody has to have your gut feeling. Like the gut feeling is like the bigger brain. Normally they say brain 1 is in the head and brain 2 is in the gut, in your belly, in the feeling. So most of the time in the match, of course I have a plan and I know my game. I already have my information about myself, how I want to react, how I want to do, how I want to act. So and if everything is fine with that, then before I make a plan or I want to do something, I always check in my mind like, okay, I want to play this. How does my body feel it? Can I do it? That's the first question, because a coach can tell you to make a long serve, but if you are tense, you cannot make the long serve because you're tense. Probably it will become short. So it's also a double check with my body if I can do it, and if I feel confidence by it, then I just do it. Yeah. So every time I check in with myself, with my body, and I make decisions on how my body is communicating back to me.
Yes. But I've heard, I didn't see you, but you are dancing before matches, right?
Also, yes, and that's again also a double check for my body and my mental statement at the time, because every tournament you can feel differently. One time you're happy, one time you're more confident, one time you're sad, and if I don't take a break somewhere, I don't know at that moment how I feel and what I need to give myself. So that's why sometimes I start to also make walks, but before the match directly, I start to dance, because if you are like, if you are fear, your body freeze. If you are like insecure, your body freezes. So it's a way of unfreezing.
Yes.
It's just like moving again, feeling confident again, and also know like, okay, feeling also the scaredness. If I know I feel scared, okay, how do I know, what do I need? Do I feel like, okay, I need to give myself some more power, give myself a pep talk, or do I just not think anymore, just feel at the moment, and then also how can I use that again? So it's also again a body check again, how I can use my own feelings.
Yes. So actually, you know yourself very well, right?
During the road, yes.
Yes. So it started when? When it started your road?
And then I started to think about the dancing also. This was little bit earlier with some big injuries. I couldn't play table tennis at the time, and I got crazy, so I needed to just move at some certain point again. And I was always afraid to start dancing, because I would never become the best at it anymore. I'm already too late for that. And then I was just thinking, just do it because I enjoy it, I like it, and maybe I can use it, which in the end I did.
Yes.
And
when was it?
When I was 18.
Which year? 18, okay.
When I was 18, I don't know which year, but this is the age I started to do the dancing.
Yeah.
And then later on, like if we start like, when did I start my road?
Yes.
I would say we had the Olympics in Rio, which I had to commit to the team to go there. So I had to follow their roads first. So we went to China for training camps. I was number 3, so I had to commit to them. I had to be that they were the number 1 and 2, that I had to say yes and no, and that they can do whatever they want. And for me, I was just thinking, okay, if that's the way to go to the Olympics, I'm happy, because it will be my first Olympics. And also, of course, they promise you, or everybody promises, if you do this, then maybe we can get a medal, or we can get some result there. So then in the end, you always think, oh, it will be worth it. And then we lost the first round, so it was not worth it.
Yeah.
And also the Olympic Committee in the Netherlands decided to send the players back home who lost, which got the name in the Netherlands as the loser flight.
Wow.
From the Olympics.
Wow. Wow.
So
it
it was
so nice.
No, it was not the best situation, because also my family was still there.
Yeah.
We all had the plan to had the Olympic experience, and when we lose, that we enjoy Rio de Janeiro and see some other matches, but I didn't have the time for that. I went back home, only my grandmother was here, my boyfriend was there, my mother was there, my father was there, my sister was there. So it was, yes, it was not the Olympics I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And even though everybody told me, because it was worth it. And then the road was also...
So actually you went their own way, didn't go your way.
Yes, I didn't go my own way, no.
So you realized there that you have to go your own way.
Afterwards, yes, because
right?
Yes, because then I was thinking, is this it? Is this it? What I did for everything? I did everything for this.
Yeah. Okay. So you wanted more, I guess. And okay, so how did it start? Like, what did you change? What did you add into your life?
Okay, first, of course, you get the questions. Like, okay, yeah. Did I do this? It was not a happy year. I didn't enjoy this year. I didn't get what I wanted. And then I started to accept more, to think that even though if I go my own road and I don't get the result, it's still fine.
Yeah.
And that's the first thought that it gives you, like, not power, but gives you the way that you say, okay, now I will try it.
Yeah.
Because then I was thinking, even though I have no results, but I am happy with my road and with my own decisions, and can trust myself that I made the right decisions for myself to make myself happy, then I'm already fine.
Yeah.
because I know I'm fighting for myself.
Yeah.
And doing that already, and I appreciated myself with that thought, and then I wanted to try it. And of course I had my father, my coach, other people who were willing to help me try it.
Yes.
Let's say it like
Yes.
this, because alone is very tough.
Yes. So you have been with your coach for more than 20 years, you told me before.
Yes, more than 20 years. Yes,
That's, I think, insane.
I think
like,
21 years. Yes.
Wow, I had a coach for 5 years and that was way enough for me.
Of course, we also had our ups and downs.
Yeah.
But in the end, he was always I don't want to say the right one, but he was always the best one. And I also gave him a tough time, of course. Every time he still had to prove himself. And he did that. So he still kept becoming better. Not some coaches have like, okay, this is my level and people have to accept this, but he still growth with me, but also grew with the sport, grew with the new material, and I still felt I could still always learn from him.
Yeah.
And of course, still in a different way. Before he tells you how to play, and now if we have some problem, we discuss about it. Like, okay, how can we fix it? So from first you are really a coach player, now we're like really a team together and functioning on the same level. So of course we kept adapting, but I think every time in the right way.
Yes, that's so important, right? That you are working together.
Yes.
And I've been practicing with you for the last 3 days.
Yes.
And actually, yeah, as you said, he's not this type of coach that will tell you what to do like every minute, but he let you some free space.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you can decide on your own.
Yes.
And if you need him, you can look at him or ask him, or then he will tell you something.
Yes.
He's there all the time.
Yes.
And that's a big support, I guess.
Yes, yes, of course, because you know that you have somebody in your corner.
Yes.
And now, of course, we are already working for a long time together. You know, he will be always there, even though some problems are happening or some fights are happening. You know, you will still be there.
Yes.
So the corner is still there.
Yeah, yeah. So you've been practicing now on your own, right?
Yes.
Because you practice at home, at your place.
Also, yeah.
You are surrounded by your family here. So I think this is very important for you.
For me,
And
yes.
yeah. And I mean, because, you know, I've grown in the French system, so I always had to go to the big centers to practice with national team and so on. But you are doing your own now.
Yes.
So how it came to your mind to actually like do
that.
on your own, to do that? Because it's also, you need courage, right? To say no to
courage,
people.
You need courage.
Yes.
Yes.
To really do what you feel, right?
Yeah.
What is right for you.
Yes.
So, I mean, how did you see it first? How did you feel it, you know? And how did you put it like together? Like, how did you take action, you know?
Yeah, this is, of course, one of the big questions. I also went to Venice Slacker Academy, so also to some center. And I already knew, like, after 6 months, this is not for me. I got more depressed and only in the same system, every time the same things. And this, I already knew a little bit when I was younger. Like, in every holidays we went to training camps, so to get some new spark, some new information. And this was really working for me. But to be all the time at the same center with the same people, I really felt more like robotic.
Yeah.
I couldn't, in the end, I didn't know anymore what I was working on, what I was doing. I was just being there and doing it. And this felt too empty for me.
Yeah.
And then I was also being alone, and also something personal happened there as well. So everything together, it was like, no, this is not it. And then, of course, this was, I think, before the Olympics a little bit, and during the Olympics, this period again. And then I had this call with my father that I said, okay, like this, I want to stop. And then he really said, okay, but do you want to stop table tennis, or do you really want to stop this way?
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, it's more this way I want to stop. But then I also asked him, but how then?
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, we will find a way. We will try to see it, to fix it. And then I came back home. Then, of course, I knew my coach would be there also again to help me. And then he said, okay, we can do a training at home again. We have some boys still. And then he said, okay, for the spark again, we have to go on training camps, which I was like happy with, because different situations is fine for me. I like to go sometimes to Portugal, sometimes to Sweden. They have all different playing styles, different people. And in general more to practice with men because they really enjoy table tennis.
Yeah.
And that's easier to commit to just enjoy it, let's say it like this. And then after a while he asked me also, okay, but do you maybe know some people who can come? And I was also in Linz, and in some centers you know some players who you think are might open to come, and that you are saying, okay, maybe if we fix something they can come. So the first was Lucien from Romania, and it was really nice when he came and like, I can still, he really teach me some things, so I can still learn like this also, and you can, and it's a different way of the spark you get.
Yes.
Because you have somebody else in the hall, you do different exercises, you start to talk with each other, and then you see how other people practicing. And but also because I have somebody here now, I have to practice. I have to give my best, because if else it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And also to the other person. So it feels like I was even more strict on myself when there was somebody.
Yeah.
But also to enjoy it, but also to work hard for it. So it was really great balance like this.
Yes.
And my coach really helped me to find this balance, but also to do the periodisering, to make periods. That,
like tournament period or practice period. Or,
yes, then when we have sparring, you make this. Then you have tournaments, so you practice less. Then we have no sparring, and then he really started to make this kind of plan.
Yes.
And this was really nice for me, for my mind and for my body, because since then I'm also much less injured.
Yeah.
So it was a really great balance for me.
Yeah, we spoke about it this morning actually, that your coach could also like structure your mind. Yeah, yes. Because of course as a player, as a athlete, as a high level athlete, you want to achieve everything, right?
Yeah.
So you want to play every tournament you see, and you feel like you can be there and you can do that and you can do that, but in some way sometimes your mind and body needs a rest. Yes. Or needs a real plan.
Yeah, or need to plan. Or need to commit to also, I would say.
Yes.
Because even if you feel you want rest, but you don't have commitment or you don't have a plan, you cannot give over to this feeling. But if you know that the bigger plan is like, for example, I really had we had a plan that I wanted to become last 16 or last 32, doesn't matter, but have a good result on the World Championships, or be the best Brit possible at the World Championships. But then this Dicknick 05 came out, and it was 2 weeks before the National Championships. So my coach told me, like, okay, Britt, it's good now to change, even though the National Championships are coming, because the bigger plan is the World Championships. Yeah. And I said, okay, Anton, give me these rubbers. I will try to play with it. I will still give my best, of course, at the National Championships. But if I cannot win it, still the bigger plan is for the World Championships.
Yes.
So we did this, and I lost in the final. It's still painful. But in the end, in the World Championship, I was the last standing Dutch player. So I was the highest at the World Championship. So if I have to compare that with National Championships, of course, I prefer the World Championships. So then I had to accept that loss to become better at some other place. Yeah. And after that, I had some rest again to also to take a break at the moment, that you also can still appreciate your wins. Because it feels all the time that you lose or you win and you directly go to the next goal. You lose, you win, directly go to the next goal. And we as athletes, we already work so hard for it. So we also earn this break, and we also earn to give ourselves that appreciation, that you work for it, and so appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you really found your balance, like life's balance. And I think that, I mean, you are the only player that I know that have this balance.
Thank you.
Because I mean, you became a mother.
Yes.
So
I have to find my balance a little bit again, but
yes. On what you need to find more your balance? Because I mean, to have a child now, you want to come back. Yes, so yes. I think it impacted your life.
Yeah.
I mean, on a big level. So
yes, it feels like now you can make a little bit less mistakes because you have less time. Like before, you have time and you know, if I make this mistake, I can fix it later, or I can fix it then and then. And now it feels like, but I have no time to fix it later. I have to do it right now and in the right way. So it feels a little bit more like pressure, I would say. And also, you also want to do it good for your child, of course, and you want to do it good for the relationship, because if you have a happy relationship, I also feel better. So it's also that's why it's a balance again. of course, the time you give to the family life and how much you get back from it. Because I also know if I spend time for this, I get energy back to it. Also with friends. Sometimes I'm so busy with, let's say, working with table tennis and then with family that I forget to see my friends. And then one time I see my friends again, like, oh, I get so much energy from this. Like, oh, I still have to plan this. So it's again to find this balance from, okay, how much I can give and how much I can get back from this as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it brought also joy into your life.
Yeah, of course.
Can you feel it in your game as well now as you come back? Because, I mean, you are coming back now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's also maybe a long process to come back.
It was a very long process, I have to say. And that's why it also feels so good to be back. Because, okay, when you're pregnant, you cannot play table tennis anymore at some certain point. I still tried till January in the beginning, and then it was too long. So she was born the beginning of March. So 2.5 months before, it was too much. And then, of course, when she's born, I had still a break of 6 weeks. Then I went to this special physiotherapy for the hips area. Yeah. And I was not recovered well enough, so I had to do 3 times per week this postpartum gyms. And it was the most boring ever. but necessary. And after 2 months of that, then I just could start with table tennis again. And then I missed it so much. And so I was really happy to be back, happy to do my thing. Because I think I really have this super zoom, my coach and I call it. Like if you have some tournament you have to work on and you can really zoom into it to that point. Yeah. And sometimes I have this also with my baby that I'm all day with her and I'm just only baby. So it can be very nice, but when she sleeps I think, oh, it's me time again. Yeah. And that's also a good balance. Yes. I need again. Yeah. But also with this trainings to have during the day, if I'm all the time with the baby and go to my training, it's so nice to have this feeling again for myself, for the training, for the doing it. So this like this I have to balance it again, but it will be fine.
Yeah, I think you will find your way. Because I feel like you are in alignment with yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, like somehow every detail counts with you.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, you are, I think, analyzing everything.
A little bit too much sometimes, but
yeah.
Yes.
So, how does it help you in pressure moments?
Oh, in pressure moments?
Yes.
How does this help me? The before work is more important because if I know the basics are good, I can let it go during the important moments. Yeah. And I have also to decide before when it's good enough. So when I have some certain goal, and I would say goal is more like the pressure moments because you want to compete, you want to win. I always, also before I go somewhere, I always think or prepare somewhere, also till what point this is good enough. Because as an athlete, you always want better. Mm. And this is the same what I said before. If you have some achievement, appreciate yourself. But also, when I go to a tournament, let's say I practiced for 3 months, I did every physical training I could do. I did my best on the trainings, I enjoyed it. So I have the factors I wanted to create or wanted to do, I did it. Then also already before the tournament, I know it's good. Yeah. Even though if I maybe don't have the result there, I still did already what I wanted to do. Yeah. And then at the pressure moment, I already feel much better because I know I did what I want. I did my work. I did the stuff I did. And then during the moments of the pressure, I can also let it go. Like, okay, I feel good. I can play. I can do my thing again. And I try to trust that as well. Yeah. So trust myself that I worked for it and trust myself that I can do it. And yeah, it's a process again of working with yourself and trusting yourself and appreciating yourself. But that way it works for me too. Yeah. And now of course at the moment you still feel, or I still sometimes you get suffocated by the pressure. But I always try to let it go as well because I still know that I am there where I want to be. Yeah. So like this.
And what was the biggest pressure you felt in tournaments?
For me,
which tournament or
yes,
which
for me
moment?
Most of the time is this Olympic qualification tournaments. Yeah. Because I play the best at the moment when I am in the moment.
Yeah.
And at this tournament, you play for a story, for a moment in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So before the tournament, you are already not in the moment because you start to play for something in the future. So that's really what I needed to learn at that tournament, that I really have to connect in the moment and not think, okay, if I win this tournament, then I'm qualified.
Yeah.
Because already every moment to win that match is already a difficult pressure to handle. And then if you get the extra pressure from maybe something in the future, it's too much.
It's messing up your mind.
Yes. So then this was the first time I played the Olympic qualification tournament. It was really like this, like every point, like it felt it was counting for something so big in the future. So I couldn't play at all.
Yeah.
And that's why I also went to a sports psychologist. I had a mental coach. I had the perfect team at that moment when I had to qualify for the Olympic Games in Tokyo. And this time I won the Olympic qualification tournament.
Wow.
Yay!
Wow, I think that's a really big achievement.
Yeah, for me personally, it really was.
Yeah.
It was also very, very nice. Really, I wanted to learn. And then in the end, I also did it. So it was really nice achievement.
That's amazing. One question. One more time. One more question.
Yeah, one more question.
Wow.
Perfect.
How do you connect with yourself? How did you learn? Which technique did you use? If you can tell it, like you don't need to. You don't have
okay.
to,
It's just the basic psychology.
Okay.
Like I want to say to control your mindset. Because how I say to myself, you cannot control the surroundings, but you can control how you react to them.
Yes.
And after a while, I got like a little bit more control of this. Then I was also thinking, but then I can maybe, I don't want to say, control myself, but also control my feelings, but more use them if I know how I feel in certain situations, how I can coach myself on them, how I can use them. So it's not only, this is happening to me, so I have to react like this, but this is also like, okay, I go to this situation and I can do like this and this.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you get more confidence that like, okay, doesn't matter anymore in which situation I am. I can just do how I want to do and do how I want to react. So it's really like this felt more like power to myself, that, okay, I know how I'm going to react. I know what I'm going to do. And then after a while, it was also, okay, if I'm like, I always have like these 3 points during a match, how I want to do. Mm-hmm. And if I did this is also already good. I know this is like 3 values of being Brit.
Yeah.
And then it's fine. And I always say like, okay, be positive. Try to accept the failures. Yeah. Still difficult, but you're gonna make failures, so you have to accept them and just keep fighting. If I do this 3, this is it, So and then after a while, in situations with people, you get stuff that are like, they put a mirror to you. Like in some period of my life, I couldn't say no, which other coaches or teammates knew that I couldn't say no. Yeah. And then I was like, but this is not helping myself, so I need to work on that again. Yeah. So every time is this game from, okay, what's the next step? How I can do this? How I can do that? And also use that. So I know if I feel good, I can use my feelings to use that to feel good and to fight and to get energy from this. Yes. So this is like a whole process.
Yeah, because actually I think that you also improve as a person. Like you put boundaries around you and you could say no, as you said. And that's, I think, very tough to do. I've learned to do that now. Yes. But when you are young, it's very tough. But yes, I mean, you are a human being first. And I think if you feel good in your skin and like you know who you are, then
you can use it again.
Yes, exactly. And
you have somebody else extra fighting in your corner.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I want to come back to your childhood. Mm-hmm. Well, you studied table tennis at what age, and how did you like table tennis in the beginning?
Yes.
And why did you start to play this sport?
I was 8 years old when I started to play table tennis, and it was because my family plays, mostly my dad played table tennis, so I joined him to do this. And also in general, I was not the best student, so I didn't like it that much.
Like in school or
in school? Yes.
School. Yes.
Yes. So, But also I already did swimming. I also did tennis. So I did more different sports. And I liked that interaction a little bit more than on school. Like in school, everything felt so serious.
Yeah.
And you had to achieve the scores and stuff like this. And in sports, I felt more to enjoy. We played games. In the beginning, it was not only table tennis. We also did this, how I say, fire and ice, this game. That you have to go to take the ball and you have to run away.
Yeah, okay. I don't know the name in French, but yeah.
So it was just a lot of enjoyment. So I really like this to have my own space, my own people. Yeah. But then also the achievements started to come with table tennis.
So you already felt that when you were a kid?
Yes.
Like this space between you and other people, and that you maybe are a bit different, or... Did you feel that or not?
No, I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
I just knew what I didn't like and like.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, when you're 8, yeah.
Yeah. I just... and the thing is, still, it's not my best thing. I also didn't think about it. I just did it. Like, I really like to play outside in the nature. Also, we went a lot of time to the camping in France.
Yeah.
I loved it there so much because their weather was there better. I could play outside. Yeah. I was really this outgoing, doing kid. So, and that was also in my youth, I was just doing it. And also with the games and with the playing, I just did it and I liked it.
No questions, right?
No questions, no.
I mean, that's pure, you know, that's how it should be. But, you know, today, we have to take care, you know, what we say. And
yes, so, exactly. Yeah. Also true.
Okay.
When I started to win in the beginning, I also really liked it because I found something like, oh, I'm good at this.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I can beat people. I really like this. But then the expectations started to come. Yeah. And this was more difficult to handle.
Yeah. From who and?
From my surroundings. So my coach, my father. Because for them, I could feel that. But then you're also not that aware that they got more serious. You know, they got more serious. So they were like, okay, you have to practice more, you have to do this. They were telling me more like, oh, you have to do this and this and this. And the practicing in the beginning was not that big of a problem. But it just, I liked it more because my family was there, my friends were there, we did everything together. I could play my tournaments, I could play table tennis. Yeah. And then with this pressure, it was a little bit more difficult to handle. Yes.
And it was coming mostly from adults, right? I mean, it was not anymore, it's not anymore the kid thing, it's like becoming an adult thing. And
the professional life became more like, okay, you're not aware that you can become that good as well, but you felt that they were like pushing you and going more and more, and then you are curious, okay, I like it, but is this the kind of interaction you want to have with your sport, that you are like pushing and practicing and doing it? And I think that the first time I got injured was 13, 14.
Yeah, before that's pretty young.
Yeah, before the Youth Europeans in Istanbul, 2010. I got really long time injured, 3, 4, 5 months. Then I could really question myself, okay, do I like it or do I play it because of other people are pushing me? But I already knew at the time, after 2-3 weeks, that I really missed table tennis. So maybe I didn't miss the pressure, but I missed the sport by itself. So then at that time, it was for me a moment that I had to find to separate them, the pressure and the joy of table tennis, and also the pressure around me from other people. Yeah.
So it's so important to have actually a great surrounding, You like to compete, right? I mean, this is in your blood, or?
It was ups and downs.
Okay.
I would say also like I had problems to handle the pressure. But from the beginning, I already liked to compete. Like I was not afraid to from the beginning. Let's say I was not afraid to go into the match. Or just to go to challenges. Okay. To just give me a challenge, I will try to do it. You know. I was not like, oh, maybe I cannot. No, I was like, okay, give me, I will do it. Yeah. So
that's from a very young age.
That's already
like from the beginning. Actually,
yeah, that's from the. I was not afraid of challenges. Even sometimes it worked. Even if you give me a challenge, that I was like, oh, I gotta prove I can do it. So this was from a young age. But when the pressure came, it was really more difficult to compete. Yeah. That I was like thinking, okay, but how can I be myself under this kind of pressure and still compete? But after a while, also in my club, when you're competing in the club, it's with less than pressure. So then you can just make the matches in the club and play with people. And then I had from one period from 15 till 18, somebody who I like amazing matches with, like from, or I lost 3-2, I won 3-2, and we say bad words to each other. So this was amazing. So I knew at that time that certain way of competing I really liked. And now,
What do you like about it? I mean, like, what's challenging you, you know? Like, if you see the opponent and you see, okay, she's good in that, but yeah, no, I will show her I'm better than her in this. Or, you know, is that this or is that something else?
it's also, how I say, because of, let's say before a match, you have some certain ideas how you can play.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, when you're competing, you forget how you think you can play.
Yeah. You are somewhere else actually.
Yeah, so you're just focusing on competing, and doesn't matter how you try to get the points, you try to make them, you try to go further, you try to go faster, and then sometimes afterwards I'm like, wow, I did this, or I played like this, like, oh, amazing. I went fully into the moments. And also that this is what I like. Like, I also like to give myself fully. Yeah. So I don't have to be scared to do this. Just give everything. Just go into the fight. Just go into the moment and give everything. And afterwards, if I win or lose, most of the time I just want to win, but I can still accept if I lose then. Yeah. But it's just afterwards, you just a nice feeling. Like, I don't like it, but I can imagine how people say it. Like, if you go for a long run, that during the run you are like, oh, what is this? And afterwards you think, this is nice. And I have this, like, in the match I can really go, and then I can even have pain, and afterwards like, this was so nice to compete, to go into this.
Yeah, actually you are giving like your full self into it, and
yes.
If you give your full self, like really who you are,
yes,
I think it's a very nice feeling, and I can understand that because I also went through that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course on a different way than you, but I can relate to that, so
mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing. Well, we spoke about your most pressure moment, but I want to know what was your biggest joy in table tennis. Like, where did you feel the most joy?
Where did I feel the most joy?
That you were like, okay, that's my moment, you know?
Okay, but this it's there are different joys.
You can also say more,
okay,
like more examples, because I think it's hard to choose
one.
Because
what we said before of the at the Olympic qualification tournament in Tokyo, this was really everything, like joy. I know, but not just sudden joy. It was like, okay, I worked hard for this, I achieved it, I did it, and then you get this appreciation. But it was more like not even a feeling. Also, the thinking was there. Like, okay, I did it. I did this, and this. This was really nice. But I also had I was European youth champion in 2010, and this was so good to just win a tournament. Like it's already really hard to get to the next match, and that I did it on quite a young age. That felt also like, I can really become a professional athlete, and it was so nice. Everybody was happy, we had big party, So this was really nice. And then also I had the top 16 where I was second. I felt also that moment like, I'm also now really a good senior.
I was there.
Yeah, thank you. This was good. Yes. I really felt like I was also being a good senior athlete.
Yes.
So this was also a really nice moment to have some medal.
Yeah.
So that these are like important moments. I would say I experienced joy.
Okay. And I mean, for any athletes, it's so nice to compete Olympic Games, right? You compete twice.
Yes.
I know in Rio was not the best time ever. So I think the first Olympics were tougher for you. But how were the second ones in Tokyo?
It was
COVID and so on.
Yeah, it was good as possible. We could make it. Because it was still in COVID, so we had the lockdown Olympic.
Yeah.
But in general, everything was very nice. I played good, I was feeling good. I had Dana and Anton with me, so at that time I had my team and my woman coach also around me. And
you said that actually you had Anton as a coach, but you also hire Dana Chekova, because she
Yes.
was a woman. So actually, you could speak about your feelings with her.
Yeah, because what I said in this year to make this achievement for the Olympic qualification tournaments, I really needed somebody that I could feel good. That if I needed a hug, we could hug, or if I needed to cry, we could cry together, and that I could feel this, that also the feelings were appreciated or were dealt with, because every moment is so heavy. Because if it's not Olympic qualification tournament, you need the ranking. So because everything would feel so heavy, I also just needed some outlets, some outputs to go to.
Yeah. So with her was good Olympic Games, right?
Yes,
Also.
with her it was a
Yes.
good Olympic game. Yes, everything what we had control over was really nice. Was perfect. We played games. We also went to see some other sports. We had good preparation. So I was really happy with the Olympics I had.
Yes. You told me earlier that actually some people said that you were too young to have a child. That you're yes.
Some people think so. Yes.
Because like normally people.
Let's say it like this.
Normal people arrive at the peak of their career when they are 28, 29, 30, and actually you got a child in that time.
Yes.
So I mean, but I think you stayed strong on that. Like that was your opinion.
Yeah.
And like no one else's opinion.
Yes.
And I think that's really strong. So yeah, maybe you have some thoughts of it.
Yeah, I have enough thoughts on this. Yeah, it's yes, because I said already before, like I'm a lot of times injured, so I feel my body is very sensitive. I also wanted to give birth with still a strong body. So this was one of the things I was thinking, okay, I would feel confidence in. Because some athletes really wait till the end of their career, and then I had this feeling I would break my body before that point. So I was like, no, this is not me. But I also think it's was important for me that I wanted to achieve things I wanted to achieve before getting a child. And it was really with the Olympic qualification tournaments and with Tokyo to experience the kind of Olympics I wanted to achieve. And then I first said to my partner, okay, let's speak after Tokyo about it. And then I came back home and I was like, honey, I'm ready. So it was also like my next thing, because in table tennis, I had no clue what I still wanted to achieve or what to do. So it also felt, okay, do I go to school? Do I do something else? I didn't knew anything anymore. So the only thing I was sure about was, okay, let's become a mom. And then during that road, I will see again what will be the next step. And during that road, I went to school and did some work experience job. And after that, I was like, this is not for me.
The Brazilian is back.
Yeah, so I really came back, yes.
That's nice. Okay. And also, I appreciate what you said, that actually your boyfriend gave you space for your career.
Yes.
He helped you in that, and he gave time also to you.
Yeah.
And now that actually you achieved your goals, so now you will also maybe play, like, you will try to compete at the highest level. Yes. Maybe you want to win the medal at the Europeans. Yes. You know, you have still goals.
I still have goals,
but you achieved your main goals.
The main goals, yes. You can say it like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, like, you switch with him. You will also give him some space and some time that he also achieve his personal goals in his life.
Yes.
So I find it good because, like, you both gave to each other. Yeah, space and time, and you respect each other. Yeah. So
it's sometimes harder in the real life to do it, but I think also this is how a relationship works. That you move in this. Some people say it's almost like dancing. I think it's difficult to say this, because I would say dancing is more in the feeling, because now you have to make really choices. Okay, how do you do this? How do you do this? And you have to speak about them. But yes, he was also a professional athlete before, so he understood already, like, how my life could be, or how I wanted to be. So he was directly, no, you can do this. I will support you. I will help you. And he also appreciated that kind of life. But he said, I really like you as Britt and not as the athlete. So I will take you as Britt. Which in the end, I'm also very happy about. And yes, now he spoke out that he has some goals he still want to achieve. So, okay, of course, then I make space for him to achieve his kind of goals. But I would not say that it's like I cannot do anything anymore. I have to be a house mom or something, that I put myself away. But it's like, okay, now let's say he has some exam coming up. So then I know, like, okay, I have to find some time that I can take the child, so he has time for the exam. And then I tell him, okay, but in 3-4 weeks I have the tournament, so then he takes Saya, so I can make my tournaments. Yeah. So it's really about giving each other space at the right moment.
Yeah, wow, that's a good advice. Yes. Thank you for that one.
You're welcome.
So I will finish this with 2 questions. What are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
What you would say to the younger, like yourself, to the younger Britt?
To the younger Britt.
Because now, I mean, you achieve something big, you know, so...
Yes. Don't worry.
Yeah, be happy.
Yeah, almost like this. No, but some certain stuff in life are happening, like my parents divorced. You worry about them, you worry about yourself, and this influences your career again, because before the divorce it was everything about me and my career. After the divorce it starts to be also about them, about private life, about other stuff. So you just worry how stuff will go. Then you make some decisions for the first time, and then you worry about your decisions you are making. But at that time it feels apart, but I was still not alone. Yeah. So, and at that time I was worrying so much, and I think everything now went okay, not perfect, of course, but went in a certain way which was good for me. And also I made them good for myself. It's also how I reacted on them, of course, or how I handled them. Yeah. So with this kind of things, I don't regret anything. It's only that I think I worry too much, so don't worry.
Yes. Okay. And what kind of advice you would give to anyone who want to achieve their dreams? In table tennis or not in table tennis, like in anything in life.
Anything. Follow your intuition. It's so cliche.
The one. But that's so true.
But because I think because people already exist quite a long time, there are some people already made some ways to achieve some goals, but not every way fits you. And in the end, people will tell you how to do it or how they did it. And they have proven that it worked for them, but it doesn't mean that way works for you. Yeah. So, but in the end, if you get a decision to make, so don't only think with the head, but also feel with the guts if it fits you. Yeah. And with these kinds of things, you will find your way. And also, if it don't fit you, you knew you made this kind of decision for you, so you can still learn from it. Because if you make decisions which are from other people, you still don't know if it's the right decision for you. Yes, no, even though if it's a mistake. Yeah. So make your own decisions and learn from these mistakes, accept them, and then make the next big step again.
Super great, like very good advice. I will just bounce on it.
Yes.
So as like me, I had a strong intuition. My life, I sense it, you know. But when I was a kid, I couldn't really feel it, because like the people around or what I've been through, my experiences actually shut up my intuition, you know. So then I took a break. Yes. I stopped my career, and actually my intuition is coming back. My instincts, like things are coming back. So I don't know, like if you speak to someone who lost his or her intuition, what would be your advice?
What would be? Then you first have to find yourself.
Yeah, you first have to find yourself, right?
Yes.
You need to work on yourself, right?
Yeah, but now it sounds like, okay, just work on yourself. It's like just the first question you can ask yourself is like, who are you? And most of the time people will answer like, okay, I'm a mom, I'm an athlete, I'm this. But these are all roles people are playing. This is not who you are. So the question is, who are you? Are you nice? Are you mean? For example, are you, how do you want to be? How do you want to become? How It's just like really know yourself, your reactions, your feelings. Because, okay, I said this also a little bit before, like, yes, sometimes I'm a bitch. And I had to accept this. And now I'm accepting it and I'm happy about it. But so also know the dark sides, but also know the good things about you. I think also the dark sides are sometimes easier to recognize than the good things, but also appreciate them. And if you know both of them, then you have the full puppets.
Yes,
the
yes.
full
Full
things.
box, yeah.
And then you know also with the decisions you're gonna make if they fit you, yes or no, because you know who you are and how to make them.
Do you know who you are already?
After a long road, yes. But I first had to work on the basics because let's say you first need movement. You need something to go onto. But if you, I would say if I didn't find myself, I was too afraid to move. And if I know myself and if I have myself, I know I can, what I said before, I can handle stuff. So you can go under to the roads. And then if you have everything together and you feel like confident again and you can go again, then during that road you can add stuff to it. Then you know also which things you can add to. If else you were just adding stuff which are not you. Yeah. So yeah, I would say I would find myself with the basics. So I will still learn some stuff. But this stuff I'm learning I can still add to myself. That's not a problem.
All right.
And did you find yourself? Or can you say you found yourself?
I'm on the road.
Good.
No. But I mean, like the past year, I worked a lot on myself. So I think I will soon have the basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And a stable place where I will be like all the time. I'm closer and closer.
Exploring again.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Thank you, you too. Thank you for your time. And good night.
Yes, good night.